going on, y'all? Preseason game number 1 is down. Dallas Cowboys football is officially back. And we are left with some questions answered. And we are also left with some questions unanswered. But nonetheless, it was good to see some Cowboy football finally. What's going on? Hello. My QB. It was good to see some Cowboy football finally. Now, I done got me a couple pages of notes, man. Nah, I don't feel comfortable about our O-line. Yeah. The the O-line that was in there didn't look too good together, at least. There was a couple. There was a. Well, I'll shout one out at least as we go along. But yeah, especially early, they struggled a lot. And the performance of Deuce Vaughn actually made their performance look better than what it was because he's just so cold with it. Because Deuce is so cold with it, his performance just make it look like, like they was just blocking immaculately. Like it was just so excellent, when it really wasn't. Well, let's go. Even though he had some mental errors, a couple times, man, he didn't pick up the blitz. To me, he answered my question. He need to continue to grow. But as far as a swing tackle for right now, I can roll with it. I can roll with let's go at swing tackle. The reason why I say that is because the athleticism is there. The get off is there. He's able to move for his size. He just got to clean up some things up here and just clean up some things with his technique that can be handled during this entire process of the preseason. Rich. Malik Davis versus Dowdle. My thoughts. Dowdle. The reason why I say Dowdle is because of, even though he had that blunder on the goal line, which was horrible. We're going to call it how we see it. It was horrible. He ran solid, though. And I didn't know that he had that type of lean in his run game as far as running with a little bit of physicality between them tackles. And y'all know that that's been our concern with this team as far as who gonna bring that element to the table. Even though Malik Davis does show, that he got some strength in his game, Rico Dowdle showed that not only did he have that burst, but he got that inside presence and being able to lean. So if I had to tell you out of them two right now, I would go with Rico, right? Because regardless, either one of them is the Mike McCarthy type of back anyway. But the determining factor was the inside running. I seen Malik Davis that I'm very disappointed in miss a blitz pickup that resulted in a sack on Cooper Rush. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Now I've seen Lepke have a little bit, as far as he picked it up, but he had a little blunder of which one he picked up. But I've seen good things from each back. Of course, Deuce Vaughn being the best thing that we've seen, because Deuce Vaughn did what we all knew that Deuce Vaughn would do. Let's be honest. Like, I've been counting Deuce Vaughn in since we drafted him, right? I've never doubted him. I never will doubt him. He just that guy. And he showed that, hey, the only knock against him right now that others got on him is experience. That's it. And he gonna get that as he go. But as far as talent, being able to his heart, running hard, that burst, stopping on a dime, catching the ball out the backfield, catching the ball downfield, he got that. Everything that you wanted to see from the running back position, you've seen it with Deuce Vaughn. And then I'll have to say the next one that ran good was Rico Dowdle. It was them top two, the top two running backs for me of the performance of today. Them the top two for me. Malik Davis had a nice little I believe he caught it at the backfield and had a nice little first down. I believe he kind of was a little stiff arm if I'm not mistaken. But we know we just give Malik Davis that little bit of that nod because we've seen Malik Davis do some good things against the Chicago Bears last year. But other than that, hey, that was last year. Y'all still competing this year. And right now, it was Rico. See, the cool thing about it is it's so crazy. You know that the three running backs that they carry, they're gonna all get time. And you got to have one stashed away on the practice squad. So that's where the tough thing comes. That's where the toughness comes. Yeah. T-Dub, what's going on? Yeah, I was disappointed a little bit in that pass pro because we knew with this offensive line that we was putting out there, we knew that they was gonna get tested. We knew that the running backs was gonna get tested in pass pro, and so a couple of the running backs, man, they didn't look too hot. They didn't step up to the challenge, man. It's like there's a whole equation to this, you know. Yeah, you know, it's like the modern running back we know can catch the ball and we know can run the ball. Different style run, but they know that. But what's gonna go ahead and separate a lot of them is the pass protection. And now my expectations for Rico Dowdle here on forward is, hey, if you can run the ball hard like that between the tackles, then you definitely can block like that. So when you so this week in training camp, next preseason game, when he is elected to be in them opportunities, I expect nothing but maximum effort from that. See, I'm not asking for these people to be like Zeke in the past when it comes down to protection. I'm not asking that. I'm asking for you to go ahead, man, and be smart, pick up the right guy, and give maximum effort. I'm not asking for anything else. And that's not hard because every day, man, you going ahead and paying attention in the classroom, you understanding what you see, and your IQ is there, and your heart is there. There's no reason because we're probably going to mess around. I'm telling y'all now, we'll probably get ready to say during the season, man, this man, Deuce Vaughn might end up being probably one of your best pass protectors at the running back position. Just off of heart. Just off of heart alone. And hey, if you got to cut them legs down, so be it, man. That's what we want anyway, man. Chop that defender down because, you know, taking on a linebacker 240 pounds, man, full speed, man, I know that's a little something. Taking on a DN that might have slipped through, I know that's a little something. But at the end of the day, that's what you signed up for, the running back. Yeah, you can score touchdowns and everything. Yeah, you can catch the ball, man, and look all good doing it, though. But, man, if you ain't going ahead, man, and doing what you got to do in pass protection, man, you hurting the team. Yeah, everybody talking about that old line, man. Man, I don't know about that Josh Ball at guard, man. I don't know about that one, man. Y'all know that when we talked about it, I disagreed with it. I didn't really like it. I just thought it was pointless. I would have rather seen more of a Let's Go at left tackle today, to be honest with you. Looking at Awesome Richards, man, he just go ahead, just further prove that, hey, not saying he's going to be a bad player because he's not. He's going to be a good player, but he need to be at guard. Like I said, he can play tackle, but it needs to be in a swing type of thing. If I need you to play in the pinch, not no permanent though. But I know they wanted to go ahead and see how he looked. But to me, I think he'll be better suited at guard. When it's all said and done, man, when Zach Martin makes his departure, whether that could be this year, next, or a few years down the line, I believe that he can be that man that takes over that right guard position. But yeah, man, other than that, man, offensive line depth look horrible. The only thing that we can say that we know is Fournier. We know pretty much what we gonna get with that. That's just a body that's okay. That's gonna get you some good snaps though, but he's definitely gonna get you some bad snaps. Yeah, man. If somebody wanted to push a line and talk about Jerry and tell him, man, that you need to pay Zach Martin, all they got to do is just turn in that tape. Because regardless of what people think, one of them boys, whether it be Austin Richards, Ball, Fournier, can't think of the other dude name. One of them, that's going to have to be your guard coming up during the season. That's going to have to be your guard. And can we honestly say that we're comfortable with any one of them right now? No. Especially like Josh Ball. Like Josh Ball ain't got no business being that guard. No business being that guard. If you don't got trust in him at tackle, then cut him. If you don't got trust in him at tackle, then cut him. We didn't draft Josh Ball to be no guard. All that shit, look, man, it's cool, and I understand it, and it's necessary to have your offensive lineman being trained, cross-trained, and understand and being able to play more than one position, because you just never know. But putting Josh Ball at guard, y'all, is pointless. It's very pointless. Because it's not going to happen. Do we honestly see the competition is going to get greater? You think we want to see Josh Ball on Quinnen Williams? What's that dude name, man? Off the Buffalo Bills D tackle, man, the quick one. I forgot his name. You think we want to see him on that? You think we want to see Josh? You think we want to see Leonard Williams on him? You think we want to see Deron Payne on him? The other Alabama Allen. You think we want to see him on? Nah. You're setting that man up for failure, putting him out there like that, man. Yeah, man. This offensive line, man, it's got a whole bunch of experiments, youth, inexperience, and bodies that's just a waste. Bodies that's just a waste. Let's just be honest. Bodies that's just a waste. So, man, I don't know, man. Y'all got every right to be concerned, man. And I would say like this, though. The reason why my concern will be just as high as y'all is because one of these boys got to play. Because what's the likelihood of Jerry going out and spending a few million to go bring somebody in, man, to go ahead, man, and play for Zach Martin if he come back and now you still on for that contract? What's the likelihood of Jerry doing that? At this point in time, it's unlikely. So one of these boys is going to be who you got. And from what we know, the job might be going to Fournier. If we have to be candid here, the job probably going to Fournier because he's the one that got the experience. He's the one that when we needed him to fill in, he filled in. I believe he filled in for the Bengals game, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was the Bengals game. The Bengals game. So, absolutely not. Now, I wanted to talk about Wanya Thomas with the interception, though, but let's be honest. Wanya Thomas ain't making this team, man. It was a nice pick for him. Congratulations to him, but he ain't making this team. Wanya Thomas gone. So I don't think we even need to go ahead, man, and waste no breath, man, talking about some Wanye Thomas, man. Now let's talk about a little bit about bit of Mozzie Smith real quick, man. Mozzie Smith has some good snaps, but he also has some bad snaps. The snaps that, from my evaluation, because I'm gonna go back and look at the game, but from what I've seen from it going live, from it being live, Mozzie Smith, the snaps that he lost, his pad level wasn't where it should have been. Like there was one, I think it was like 3rd and 1, or was it 4th and 1, when they went quick to the line and they hurt and got off the ball, and he took like 2 steps back. Unfortunately, y'all, that's not what I want my 330 plus pound D tackle to be getting blown off the ball like that, but that has everything to do with what we've been saying with the get off, and just the pad level. But lucky for us, that can be fixed. That can be corrected. Now, one of my things that I liked that I seen was when they was in the goal line, and it was him and Bohannon, and they got the first 2 reps. Both of them was doing their thing. Both of them was being solid up the middle. Now, they did score on that read option play, though, but that was what I wanted to see, right? This is exactly why we got somebody like him, right? for these quarterback sneaks that we know that people in our division and others love to run. For these goal line situations where we 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. Because y'all know, man, we go ahead, man, and mess around and get 2-3 stops, though. But because we not physical enough and we don't have the girth inside, that they will eventually, whether it be on the 3rd or 4th try, eventually score. And now having big boys like that can go ahead, man, and be corrected, and that can go ahead and be fixed. But overall, though, I like what I seen from Mozzie, though. I did like what I seen. It's just he just gotta grow, y'all. Right? I didn't expect for him to be the all in all be all right now. I expected for him to make mistakes. So I'm not going to be hard on him in that. And he got a lot of good playing time and playing time that he needs. So I agree with Coach and giving him that time and giving him all that time. How much did he get? What, about 3 quarters or something like that? So yeah, man, I agree with that. And he needs to continue to get more time, because he can go ahead, man, and withstand it, because he's going to be a rotational piece anyway. Because a lot of the times, man, he's going to be rotating with Big Hank. They're going to be rotating a lot. Because Osa, man, hey, look, Osa, he got the cardio, and he got the and that's somebody that you want up in there. I was surprised that Osa got as many snaps that he got. But nonetheless, he got it. So I like what I seen. I like what I seen from Bohannon too, though, because Bohannon was hustling. I think it was a screenplay. He didn't make the play though, but he was able to get a piece, man, and able to slow him down for somebody else to go make the play. So I see it from Bohannon, and like I said, man, I'm going for him to hopefully make this team, because I would like to be as big as possible in the inside, y'all. So I do like what I mean, it could be better though. But they're learning though. Because we just had youth there, That's what it's all gonna be. And plus, everything else is gonna look better when you got your starters around you, though. So we got to take that in consideration as well. But let's talk about my guy real quick, man. And he go by the name of DeMarvion Overshown. Hey, man. That's that boy right there. That's that boy right there. That's that boy right there, y'all. One of the look, this is my favorite play right here. Other than watching the offense with Deuce, that 3rd and 1 stop by Overshown. That's linebacker play right there, y'all. That's some linebacker play right there. That 3rd and 1, that's real linebacker play right there. That's what we missing. And you can tell, right? Because look, Damone Clark had a good game, but you could tell that him and Damone Clark are different linebackers. Damone Clark was all over the place, and he made a nice little tackle for loss. I think it was him and Fowler. He made a nice little tackle, but he was sideline to sideline. That's exactly what you want, because we're going to talk about that as we go along, as far as the type of linebackers that we need to have. So that's going to go ahead, man, and discredit. That's going to go ahead and pretty much some of the linebackers that we have, they ain't going to make it, especially the way that we built. But yeah, man, Damone Clark, though, like it, but DeMarvion Overshown, he's different from all the linebackers that you have. Not only does he have the ability to go sideline to sideline, he bring that pop with him. He bring that nastiness with him. He bring that physicality to him. And you can see, even though he got that nice little wiry, lean build, he got a lot more room, as I stated earlier when we did our scouting report, that he can add a good 10 to 15 pounds on him and won't miss a beat. He ain't even in this grown man body yet, and he's what, like 230? And he ain't even in this grown man body yet, y'all. Man, DeMarvion Overshown, y'all, we got a baller right there, man. He just, you know what I mean? He just, hey, y'all know how you know it, but you just got to see it just to go ahead and get that confirmation. And DeMarvion Overshown, man, gave us that confirmation, y'all. That's the linebacker. And I can see why he got that mic in his head, man. That's probably your Mike linebacker for the future right there. That's your Mike for the future right there. So we're going to go ahead, man, and use this year to go ahead, man, and give him that experience, because he going to play, y'all. He going to play. Go ahead, use this year, man, to give him his experience. And when the next offseason comes, you go ahead, man, and you go ahead and stuff your face with Whataburgers and lift them weights, man, and eat lots and lots of peanut butter. And you come back, man, and add you about a good 6 pounds of muscle, man. Because that's exactly what it's going to be. Because it's going to be him and Clark next year. This is just a let's easy win. That's why we brought Leighton back. This is just an easy win type of thing going on here, y'all, right? And as we should, though, because we don't want all of that on Overshown right now, even though I believe that he'll be able to be up to the task and he'll eventually adjust to it, though. But it's nice that we can have that 3 linebacker rotation, you know, because he going to get this PT, y'all. He going to play, and he going to be big, you know. Because like I said, man, if you go ahead, man, and make the investments to get a Mozzie Smith, to bring back a Hankins, to have a Osa, to maybe have a Bohannon, you need linebackers that's going to run and hit. You need a linebacker, man, that, hey, when he see that hole, because we holding him up, he got to fill it with aggression. When's the last time, man, that you seen your linebackers on that 31 play do what DeMarvion Overshown did? When's the last time can we say, yeah, we done seen him make plays laterally, but he took that head on and stopped on 3rd and 1. That's real linebacker play, y'all. That's what this team been missing. And it took for them to go all the way to Texas to bring that boy within state, man, to bring that level of physicality. And you get to have him cheap for the next, at least, 4 years? Come on, man. Come on. So I like it. That's a baller. Now, I know they're going to be saying, oh, it's preseason. You ain't seen it yet. But you get a lot of what you can get a feel for your players in preseason to know, okay, man, as they continue to develop, this is what they're going to bring. And we see, and to use that for example, Deuce Vaughn. We know that Deuce Vaughn right now is a step above these 2nd and 3rd stringers that he was going to. And the cool thing about it is him being who he is right now, he going to do that to the starters. He going to do that to the starters, y'all. So it's nothing. It's nothing, man. You're going to have to make sure, like I said, man, as we stated yesterday, it's going to come a point in time. You done made all these investments in Cook, CD, all of them though. But it might come down to Deuce Vaughn making that linebacker miss and him making that catch for that first down. That's what it can come to. It always come down to somebody, man, that you may not originally count on, that you always count on to make a play. And I'm telling you, man, Deuce Vaughn is getting ready to be that guy. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all throughout this year. Deuce Vaughn is about to be that guy, man. You know, so that made me excited, man. I done threw my when he scored, man. I threw my fist up, like, yep. We already know, man. We already know what's going on. But Ferguson, I seen people doubt Ferguson. I didn't know why they would even doubt somebody like Ferguson, man. Ferguson looked the way that he was supposed to look, eating up that middle, man. Hey, man, you might mess around, man. Ferguson might mess around and had that Jermichael Finley type year, man, when he had that year where he was balling. That might be what Ferguson do, man. Because everything is going to be open for him to work. Your wide receivers is the one that's going to go ahead, man, and be taking the bulk of the responsibility of what the defense is going to be aware of, because they know that they got to stop them. Ferguson might, hey, look, man, fantasy, Ferguson, if y'all playing fantasy this year, Ferguson need to be your tight end. For real. You ain't got to worry about them early tight ends. Go ahead, man. Ferguson need to be your tight end. And he going to be easily, I'm calling it now, easily, he going to have you a top 7 play. Shoot, might even top 5, to be honest with you. Y'all remember that, man. He going to be the beneficiary of a Cooks. Yeah, we can talk about Gallup and all them. No. Mr. Ferguson is going to be the beneficiary of all this. Remember that, y'all. Remember that. Also, man, looking at one thing I like, staying on the offense, man. Hey, that man Turpin, the way he gets to the spot so quick, hey, that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. Like that the first catch that he had, man, you see how quick he got to the spot? Just think that if we in an in-game situation and we press for time, and we're pressed for time, and Turpin get to that spot, quick, bop, he get down, or he get out of bounds, man. Turpin might end up being that type of weapon. We ain't gonna get Turpin. Turpin ain't gonna get 5-6 catches a game, but he might get you a quick couple catches, man. That'd be like, yeah, that was huge. He might even have a 5-6 catch game, and all of them is huge. But in all reality, he ain't gonna be that one that's gonna average 5-6 catches. But he's gonna be the time that, hey, in this type of pressure situation and this clutch situation, we need to go ahead, man, and push up field, and we need to do it quick, fast, in a hurry. And having Turpin, he's gonna allow you to do just that. I seen that. I'm like, damn, he got to that spot pretty fast, man. Yeah, he had that little drop. He had that fumble on that, what was it? Was it the punt? You know, I'm shaking my head on that, though. But a lot of the times, Turpin be pressing. Turpin be trying to make a play every time he touched the football. He just need to go ahead, man, and just trust his speed and trust his eyes, man, and let it come. And when it's time to make a play, go make a play. Quit trying to press, because when he get the pressing, that's when the mental errors start coming into play. So Turpin got to stop pressing like that and just go ahead, man, and just trust his playmaking abilities, man. Because you're going to make the team. There's no way that somebody of Turpin's caliber cannot make the team. If he don't make the team, then I'm raising, unless you done messed around and then got you one of these elite players coming through that can pass for a number 2 wide receiver, and you got him in number 4. I don't see how Turpin don't make this team. So quit pressing. Now I know he want to go ahead, man, and show Mike McCarthy and company that he can play the wide receiver position. Do that. Just continue to go ahead, man, and just run you some good routes. Whether the quarterback find you was on them. Because we could say the same thing for when Tolbert. There was a time I think Tolbert was open underneath that the quarterback didn't look his direction. That don't mean you didn't do your part. Because that can come back and that can be corrected as we go along, but just continue to run good routes and be open, man. And it's up to that. It is up to foreign company to find you and get you the rock, man. When it's time to get you the rock, man. Yeah. Off top, C Brown, off top. Off top, man. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie though. One of the plays that that rubs me the wrong way was that Rico Dowdle fumble. Even though I said he still had a top 2 performance, though, that fumble was just a horrible timing. That's irresponsible with the football. That was being irresponsible with the football, y'all. There's no way that you know what I mean. You competing for that spot and you fumble in that type of man. Be more secure with the football. Be more secure. But he did come back, man, and finish the game as he was supposed to. Because if you go ahead, man, and take that fumble away, Rico Dowdle had a pretty good performance. Of course, you're just gonna go ahead, man, and beat to the back burner of what Deuce Vaughn did. But that's no knock on what Rico Dowdle did. It just, hey, man, Deuce Vaughn is just a special type of player, man. He's just a special type of player. But yeah, man, that was very irritating. You said it. You said the word out of my mouth, Corey. Very irritating, man. I know I seen Sam Williams out there. He did what was expected. Sam Williams did what he was supposed to do, right? Sam Williams did what he's supposed to do. Sam gonna pick off where he left off, and he gonna continue to grow as we go along. Fowler, Fowler gonna be who Fowler was, though. I just don't like sometimes, man, that Fowler does not hold that edge, man. I feel like with the size that Fowler got, he should be better in keeping the edge. He should be better in keeping the edge. Everybody, like, he still got that. You could see a little bit that he still got that last year juice on him to want to get to the QB, man, and want to make that explosive play, which is fine, and it's what we brought you here to do. But hey, they're gonna mess around. It might come to the point where we're like, hey, Dante Fowler's in the game. Check out that pass, man. We're gonna run on him. He can't hold the edge. Check out of that pass. He can't hold the edge. Let's go ahead and run at Dante Fowler. Let's go ahead and run at him because he ain't going to hold the edge. Easy first down. Because y'all remember, man, we messed around, man, and we were so poor against the run. All they got to do was just run for the first down. All they got to do was just run for it, and we don't want that. We don't want that. We do not want that. But yeah, man. But to keep on Tolbert, though, Tolbert showed something today. They should have gave him that pass on the sideline, though. They should have gave him that. They should have gave him that. They should have caught that back. But whether that was included or excluded, Tolbert looked a lot better today. I could say that Tolbert looked like the receiver that we expected him to look last year if we just judging off of preseason game number 1 in training camp. So, yeah, man, shout out to Tolbert, man, because y'all know, man, I be hard on him. So I got to go ahead, man, and get credit where credit is due. And Tolbert had a solid game, right? We're not asking for Tolbert to be the number 1, the number 2, or even a number 3 wide receiver. If something was to happen, you might got to step in and have a bigger role. Let's hope not, though. But we're asking you to go ahead, man, and be a 30-catch guy. A 30-catch guy. We're asking you to be a 30-catch guy. You go ahead, man, and make some of them cleanup touchdowns. Oh, man, everybody they're going to do, here come Tolbert coming underneath, man. Here come Tolbert on a drag. Boom. Oh, move the sticks. See, with this offense, man, we got to keep them sticks moving. We got to keep them sticks moving. So your number 4 and possibly your number 5 wide receiver is probably going to have some statistics, man, that normally a number 4 or 5 wide receiver wouldn't have because of the Mike McCarthy type offense. Because you can go back and look at his other offenses and you can see like a lot of his, and this is before that the NFL had evolved to the way it is now. Them wide receivers were getting statistics that you would look at like, man, a number 4, number 5 ain't supposed to get something like this. But they do. So there's going to be love around for everybody. You know? Let's hope that Dak Prescott don't feel the pressure of having to go ahead and keep him happy. Nah, man. It ain't about that right now, man. It's about winning, man. So he gonna have to go ahead, man, and have that Tony Romo edge to him. Be like, nah, man, look, I'll give you the ball. I'll give you the ball. You better do something with it when it's time for me to give you the ball. Other than that, shut up. Witness my guy, man. Witness also. That's what I can count on. You know, just like he told T.O., man. When T.O. up in his ear, he like, man, get the hell away from me, man. Jason Witten, my guy, man. Get the hell away from me. That's what Dak Prescott gonna have to do this year, man, if it ever get to that point, which I don't think it would because we don't really have them type of personalities on this team. But you never know. You never know. Just because it ain't being caught on TV. See, Gallup looked like somebody to talk about, hey, man, look, man, you throw me the ball, man. He got there dangling with his one earring, man. Hey, man, you need to give me the ball real quick, man. What you doing, man? You need to give me the ball, fo. I can see that. But yeah, man. Shout out to Tolbert, though. It was what I wanted to see. It was definitely what I wanted to see, man. So shout out to Tolbert, man, for the improved play. Marquise Bell. I know we talked about Marquise Bell a little bit yesterday. Marquise Bell showed me, and I seen what I needed to see from Marquise Bell, man. He had some good coverage snaps, and he also showed a little bit of force in coming forward and trying to go ahead and give some run support. So shout out to Marquise Bell and him continue to go ahead and grow and continue to go ahead, man, and his master and having him run fix solid. You know, because at the end of the day, man, everything is about the fits. You know, if you out of place, man, all it takes for somebody one to get out of place, man, and it's a big run. So if everybody doing their job, man, and containing what they're supposed to contain, man, everything should be all right, man. And they go ahead, man, and playing with the right aggression, man. Because at the end of the day, right, you could be in the spot though, but if you ain't coming with a force, you ain't coming with a boom. If you ain't coming like, man, you trying to be here, like you trying to meet somebody there. Man, you still might not make the play. So I did see I was because I had a time, man, where I was looking at Marquise Bell, like, oh, let me see what you about, man. And I'm like, all right, Marquise. I can roll with it, Marquise. Simi Fahoku. I see they like to go ahead, man, and get that ball, get that man the ball, man, very quick so he can go ahead, man, and try to go ahead and use that speed to get upfield. And I actually like that for it being an extension of the run game. And I hope that they do try to implement that a lot more this year. Because it's like this. It's like, okay, man, it's like common sense, man, right? If the DBs is playing like 7 to 10 yards off the ball from what it looked like, right? Why is we not throwing the ball quick, man, and for him going ahead and, man, and getting at minimum at least a good 3-4 yards? And especially with a speed, probably 5-6. Why is we not doing that? You know? So a lot of this is common sense. Okay, that you got this play. We're not going to do that and go ahead and change it, man. Throw it to him quick, man. Let him get upfield, man, and get some positive yards. Because as the announcer said, man, it's all about, man, moving the sticks and moving down the field methodically. So if that's the case, man, then hey, man, look, the defense is giving you this. Take what the defense is giving you because it's going to open up eventually. Don't try to go ahead, man, and force something downfield. Take what they give you because they're gonna always give you something. So take it. That's all I'm saying, man. So if they can continue to do something like that, I'm all for it. And I hope they implement that more. What's the dude name? The kicker, Aubrey. Look, man. Now I know what I'm ready to say is rough, but that mixed extra point rubbed me the wrong way. You're fighting for a job. You need to be perfect on game day, and you missing that extra point. Now I know stuff happens. I know that sometimes, man, even the great kickers might miss an extra point. But for this circumstance, for what we got going on right now, for you trying to go ahead, man, and be in the competition, and for you to be the final name that they have at kicker, if they elect for that to be so, that extra point rubbed me the wrong way. He need to make all that. Hey, look, he may miss a long field goal. I guess I could be more accepting of that. I'm really not too accepting of missed extra points because that should be money from a kicker's perspective. That should be money. That's just something that should be repped on a daily. Your extra points. If after practice, man, you got to make 5, 10 in a row, you should be able to make 5, 10 in a row. Because it should be like this. If you can make the field goal and nah, man, I'm gonna need you to go ahead, man. Yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like that. I'll be honest with you, I didn't like that. Will Greer showed inconsistency once more. He showed he did show a lot of improvement, but he still showed inconsistency, forcing the ball, not understanding his personnel. I believe that was Will Greer. Yeah, it was Will Greer, man. When he messed around, man, trying to throw the ball to Deuce Vaughn and try to go ahead, bro. You know, man, Deuce Vaughn, man, is 5'6" on a good day. Why is we throwing it like that? We just got lucky that there was a penalty, man, on the defense, man. But something like that, that's a mental error that you should know. You should gauge like, okay, man, this man might be short. In the way that I'm moving, man, I'm not fully able to go ahead, man, and set my feet to throw this rock, man. So I just know that the ball could be a little bit high, right? You know, because he ain't got the wingspan, he ain't got the catch radius like that to be going ahead, man, doing that. Now he did make a catch to jump to go get the ball, but you don't want to go ahead, man, and continue to go ahead and put Deuce Vaughn in them situations. You want Deuce Vaughn to go ahead, man, and catch the ball and be able to make a move or keep running to go ahead, man, and get the most out of that. Him going ahead, man, and catching the ball, jumping to catch the ball, not only does that expose him, though, but you're not maximizing him as a playmaker. So Dak Prescott best to be mindful of that as well. Dak need to be mindful of that as well, y'all. But overall, though, y'all, even though the offensive line, we didn't like it. Except that this is how we're gonna run the ball, y'all. This is how a lot of the times, y'all, our running game is gonna look. It's not gonna look the best because our emphasis is not gonna be on running the ball. We finally got Mike McCarthy to call these plays, y'all. And we know that him running the ball, it ain't number one priority. We running the ball to go ahead and end the game. So it may not look pretty during the game. Now, there may be games where we go ahead and it's clicking and we running that ball. And there's games that we might end it, though. The key is to go ahead, man, by the end of the season, to have that run game in sync with what we're doing in the passing game. So we might face a little bit of adversity in trying to get this run game going because it's different. It's going to be different. You know, and then we're dealing with inexperience at the running back position. TP is not going to be the one that's going ahead and taking 100% of the carries. So we got to deal with some inexperience at the running back position. So that's going to also affect a little bit of the timing in the run game. So that's why I say, like, toward the middle to the end of the season is when we want that running game in sync with the passing game. That what came across because normally like, man, we need to run this ball. Just like it was an emphasis of being tough last year to run the ball. But now we like, shoot, with Mike going on, and just like what Jermichael Finley said, we a pass first team, y'all. Even with Dak Prescott at quarterback, we are a pass first team. So as far as being elite at running the rock, nah, let's just hope that we can be middle of the pack. We need to be, as long as we middle of the pack, at minimum, we fine. We don't have to be elite. We just need to be minimum of the pack. As far as having 2 100-yard rushers, I think them days are gone. Of us having 200 yards plus rushing, them days are gone, y'all. And I know it might be a little bit of an adjustment at first, but I just wanted to go ahead, man, and give you a heads up now. Them days is gone. Them days is gone, y'all. We throwing this rock. They say, oh, man, Dak don't need 40 attempts. Well, you're used to that. Because, hey, the best part of your offense is your receiving options. But I think the difference is some of the attempts is going to be like what we did with Simi Fehoko today, getting the ball out quick. It ain't going to be just all pushing it downfield. It's going to be getting it out quick. It's going to be him throwing some screens to Deuce Vaughn and TP. So the 40 that Dak is getting ready to probably throw is just going to be a little bit different. So we can't really judge it by the number. We got to judge it by the quality and what it was. See, since we are a pass first team, it's kind of going to be like what Jacksonville does, using the quick passing game as an extension of the run game. I like how Jacksonville does that, but it's going to be the same thing. We're going to implement some of that into the passing game. So that 40 is going to be different. The 40 is going to be seeing Schoonmaker and Ferguson over the middle, and we throwing it quick, boom, and them getting upfield for 6-7 yards. So the 40 is going to be different, but expect that 40 because Dak Prescott throwing the ball 30 times. When you got a deep receiving core like this, and you for sure at minimum got 2 good tight ends, and you got running backs that can catch the ball at the backfield, ain't no way that you're going to get away with just throwing the ball 30 times. That's just not about to happen, y'all. That's just unrealistic. That's unrealistic to expect for that to happen, y'all. Unrealistic. Let's go to Isaiah Land. I like Isaiah Land. I like Isaiah Land, right? I like the pass rush ability. He going to have to grow in that run game, right? But as he continue to go ahead and hit it in waste, though, Dan Quinn might have messed around and he might have hit. Who knows, man? Because you see, man, the pass rush ability being there. And even though we want our DNs to go ahead and set the edge, that's going to come as he continues to go ahead and be in that weight room and get stronger. We want to see, can you bend that edge? Can you wreak havoc? And Isaiah Land had a good game to end preseason game number 1. So you might got to keep an eye on Isaiah Land because you know everybody else got an eye on him. So you're going to have to find a way to make sure that you keep him around on that practice squad, y'all. That's real. That's real talk, especially if he continue to go ahead and build up on preseason game number 1, because you ain't gonna see much of Isaiah Land in practice. That's somebody that you're gonna see, hey man, when the lights is on, right? We didn't hear too much of Isaiah Land in training camp, right? But you heard his name today. When the opportunity presents itself, do you make the most of it? So Isaiah Land may be somebody like, all right, y'all. We might have got us something, man, for the cheap, for the low. We might have got us something for the low, y'all. Jabril Cox. See, and I said I was gonna get to Jabril Cox. So let me elaborate on what I was started to talk about earlier. So with Jabril Cox, right? So look, we know that we made the investment in being bigger. So with that being the case, we want to allow our running backs, not our running backs, our linebackers to run and hit. Devin Harper doesn't fit that mold of what we want from our linebackers. We're gonna have to be honest. Not saying that he can't be a good quality linebacker. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. Not saying that he can't contribute for this team. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is, look at how we are built at linebacker, right? Leighton, run and hit. Even though the man like 6'5", 250, 260, he a run and hit linebacker. He ain't that traditional, let's plug up the middle type of running linebacker. Damone Clark, you can see him, he's sideline to sideline. DeMarvion Overshown, he's sideline to sideline, but got the ability to come up with a boom. Who's left? At your 4, Jabril Cox fits that mold. Now, Jabril Cox got to do what he got to do to go ahead and be that 4th linebacker. And he got work to do. But just off a prototype alone, Jabril Cox is the type of linebacker that this team needs. You see, when we got Mozzie and Hankins holding them boys up, when we got them holding them boys up, you need linebackers that's going to get there quick. That's going to feel it quick. That's going to go sideline to sideline quick. Because you think the Jaguars is going to be the only one that want to get to the perimeter? When you got them big boys like Hankins and Osa and Mozzie and Bohannon in there, and you shut that middle down, they ain't got no choice but to go to the perimeter. So your linebackers got to be there to meet them. They got to be there to meet them. So that's why I say that Jabril Cox, well, as far as prototype, he'd be the linebacker that they probably would choose. But he got to do the rest with his play. He made some plays out there today. He was around a little bit out there today. I seen him, right? But that's what it is, though, right? Who's the linebacker, man, that's going to add to the special teams with the 4th, though? Who's the linebacker that if he does got to fill in, who can do that? Now, coming out, man, we know. Now, I gave Cox a comparison to Devondre Campbell as far as his coverage ability, right? That's the comparison that I gave him. So if you can get a linebacker, man, that's free and that can cover and that can add something to the special teams realm, there's no way. Now, he got to do it, though, because at his time is now, man. He's been here long enough. He's been in the system long enough. He got to show now, because if he don't show, it don't matter what I just said. You cut him. You get rid of him, because he's not living up to what he was supposed to be. Right? It's just like Kelvin Joseph, which wasn't a liability today. I see Kelvin Joseph hit on a couple plays. Now look, y'all know, man, that we pretty much gave up on that boy, man. So we didn't hear. So hearing him not being cooked and hear him giving up a touchdown or a long play, sad to say, but that's improvement. Even though we should be like our second round pick out there balling. But even though it was improved from how it's always been these past couple years, it still ain't good enough though. It still ain't good enough. Still ain't good enough. He gonna have to make some plays. He got 2 games to stand out. It's 2 games to stand out. But he did do some good things though. Nashawn, he was just there, right? He was just there. Because y'all know, man, they're gonna be more likely to incline to go ahead and pick on somebody like Kelvin Joseph. But improvement was there. So I gotta give him that. But it's still, it ain't good enough. It ain't good enough, y'all. Last on my list, man, we got John Stevens, the tight end. Now, I put him in my notes because I would like for them to hold on to him for a project. I like John Stevens, man, and I think that they might got somebody there, because I think that if he get in the hands of somebody else, man, that can develop him, he could be a good tight end for somebody. And I think that John Stevens got that potential, and I would like to go ahead, man, and see if that potential can be met with the Cowboys, man. So find a way to go ahead, man, and get that man to your practice squad. He scored a touchdown late, but I think John Stevens got some potential, man, with the size, man, and some of his movement ability, man. Man, I wouldn't give up on him. That's something to keep an eye on. Oh, man, we got to talk about Neville Gallimore real quick. So, look, Neville Gallimore, he played okay. But it wasn't what I wanted to see for somebody who's been in the league so long, and that his game is based off quickness. Now, he has some snaps. See, Neville's problem is, okay, he get off the ball. But if you go ahead, man, and you cut him off, you can bat that, and you stop that initial get off, he ain't got no counter for you. He's stuck. And I seen that. Like, there was a couple times, man, Neville Gallimore put the first off the line, cold get off. But the guard just stepped, boom, had him, and he was nowhere to be found. Right? Like I said, he had some good snaps, had some plays, man, where he was able to go ahead and bounce some things out. But other than that, man, I still honestly don't see Neville Gallimore making his team, because it just doesn't fit. And it's kind of like the Tristan Hill effect, y'all, right? The smallest one. His game is about getting upfield. So if your game is about getting upfield, which could have been a very asset, because if he was an asset, I would be talking about keeping him, though. But his game, which is include getting upfield, he's not doing that effectively with the Dallas Cowboys. So it's like, no matter how much you get off, you still got to get there. And he's not getting home as enough as he should. He ain't getting home as enough as he should. So if he's not doing that against the backups, y'all, if we're watching him on training camp live, getting pancaked, flapjacked with the maple syrup on top, what makes you think, man, that we should keep this man on this roster? Every time I look at Neville Gallimore, I just want to go ahead and just pour some syrup on him, some maple syrup on him, man. Some of that Aunt Jemima. Because it's he a walking pancake, man. He a walking pancake. You know what I mean? So I'm cool off of him, man. I seen enough today. He should have, let's be honest, that man should have been dominating out there today. For as much experience that you got, being under some real defensive coaching, going against some real Hall of Famers on a daily, and you letting second string, come on, man. Neville should have had like 2 sacks. There was a time when Neville Gallimore was in the fold, was in the play, right? He was in the fold. Hold on, let me call you back real quick. He was in the fold. Neville was in the fold, and the offensive line was just holding them up. And I believe, is that the play, man, where they scored that touchdown early? But we couldn't get no pressure. And that's where I was expecting somebody to push that pocket. And with somebody like Neville Gallimore, his ability to get off the line quick, even if you didn't touch him, get there, I expect, man, for you to make that quarterback uncomfortable. That quarterback was able to step up. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. But I think it's off with Neville. I think he done. Y'all. But overall, questions were answered, and there were some that was left unanswered. I seen Schoolmaker in there get him a catch. I didn't see Fehoko Viliami. He didn't play. Hopefully, I can see him next week. Because I was looking forward to seeing him ball. Because that'd be a question that we can answer. Seeing Israel up in there competing, right? He didn't really stand out, but he was in there competing. But that thing is, right, we got questions answered. There was still some left unanswered. Still some left answered. But this team, I'm looking at the depth, right? Okay, I see the depth. Because the back end was tripping, though. Earlier in the game, the back end was tripping. It was tripping a little bit, man. Having them miscommunications, man. That 2-point conversion, man, and that touchdown, they was tripping on that. I didn't like that. But I can tell you this. We got depth on the D-line. Linebacker play. It's from what we could say, yeah. The back end, yeah. Got depth there too. On wide receivers, we good with that. Quarterback, it is what it is. One thing we're trying to figure out, though, this is what we need to figure out. Depth at offensive line and running back. Y'all. And it's more of, see, if regardless of the pass protection, right? Because one thing I did see though was because I seen Hunter Lepke, they put him in some single back opportunities back there, right? I was kind of surprised with that though, but nonetheless, he was there. See, look, if you don't make the team, Schoolmaker is going to be there for that fullback. Schoolmaker is going to be back there, so I'm not really tripping on that. Like I said, our big thing was pass protection and running inside. So if Rico can go ahead and continue to go ahead and build off that and show that he can handle the pass protection, from what we've seen today, Rico your third running back, y'all. He's your third. And you could probably go ahead, man, and I think you could put Ronald Jones or something like that on that list and carry him for like an emergency when his 2 games is up if you had to do that. Because I'm pretty sure Malik Davis would get picked up if he doesn't make the team. I'm not saying that he's not going to make the team because we still got 2 more games. So a lot can happen from now to then. I'm not saying that. I'm just going off of what we've seen today. I'm just going off of what we've seen today. But I still have concerns of running back because the one thing for sure, we knew guaranteed that it was Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn making his team. And everything else had to play out. I don't know if they go long there because they're trying to figure this out and they got to carry somebody. I don't know what they do. Maybe they go long there early on for running backs and maybe put somebody on some type of list or something. Who knows? You know how they be. You know how they be funky with it when it come down to roster day. Maybe they might keep 4. Maybe they might keep Dowdle and Malik Davis early on, and then when it all play out, they cut one of them. But I still got concern. But like I said, it was good to see Dowdle being able to go inside. But I'm still concerned about pass protection. Because if Zach Martin ain't here, y'all, although the offensive line is going to look a whole lot better than what it did today with them starters in, you still going to have that liability at right guard. So pass protection is still going to be a must at that right guard. He's still going to have to slide over, man, and if he get beat, he going to have to be there. Inside and out, right? Ain't that how they, inside and out. Because that's what they're going to have to do, inside and out. Especially if you got you a liability at right guard. Yeah. Lepke got some, he got some tick. He got a couple carries. He the first one, I believe, it was a nice little 6-7 yard gain. He showed a little bit of burst for his size, though. I wanted to see a little bit more, though. I definitely would like to see a little bit more from him next game. But yeah, he got a couple carries, though. But at running back today, it was the Rico Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn show. Though it was their show. It was their show. But yeah, man, the running backs, man. Hey, I think that's gonna be for that fourth running back or whatever, or the third running back. I think that's gonna be something that is carried out till after the preseason, till they get that final roster, y'all. I don't think that answer is gonna be had this week or next week. I think that's gonna be carried out. But that offensive line, man, guard, and even the backups, though, because look, we ain't just keeping 6. And right now that depth, man, and I don't think they're really, at least not right now. I mean, there ain't nobody on the street that like, all right, let somebody get cut. Because I believe Dalton Reisner, I think, is on the street, but he gonna command a good couple mil. So you would have to hope to find somebody on the street to fill out that debt, because right now, I ain't got no confidence in that debt. Even though I said there was some good things that Waletzko did, as a whole, I'm still not confident in that debt. Because Waletzko still makes some mental errors today. Him and Ball picking up stunts a couple times. Picking up these blitzes, man. And my thing is, man, what dude name at center? You see how he got that tick pretty much the whole game over Farniak? Hold up. You telling me that my man is scrub? Like, if he got that tick like that the whole game, then this team is, yeah, we might have thought we might have had some depth, man, but in our reality, just your starters. Just your starters. In all reality, with your offensive line, it's just your starters. It's just your starters. You have no depth, man. You might mess around, have to call Jason Peters for guard or something, man. Is Jason Peters, man? Is he still in shape, or is he eating round table pizza right now, man? Drinking a beer. Is he still in shape, or Because y'all know, man, he was already 350. And y'all know, man, if he ain't working out, he chilling, man. That man easy about a good 370, 380 right now. Not in shape to play no ball. You know what I mean? So if you already got the round table and the beer in them, then yeah, man, you're gonna have to hope somebody cut somebody, man. So, but yeah, man, that's somebody that right now the offensive line, the backups, and especially with Zach Martin not being here, antennas got to be open for when they start cutting, and you might have to think about making some trades. This is where the Golston and the Gallimores come into play, and you might have to make a barter to go get some depth at that offensive line if they continue to not being able to cut it. This is where that comes into play. So I keep Gallimore till it's time, and if my depth ain't showed that they supposed to be depth, and I'm saying, hey, look, man, I see that you kind of struggling at depth, that D tackle there, but I like your guard though, your backup guard though. You know, a little pick here, pick there. Let's go ahead, man. Let's make that exchange. Go ahead and swap out a 6'7" or something like that. They might got to do something like that. Because like I said, man, they always say you one play away, right? Just think about it. If you ain't got, because it's looking like Zach Martin at the moment. It's not gonna be here for the first game. So at that moment, and you got to go against Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence. So right now, at that moment, it's not looking too good at guard. Because if I'm them, I'm picking on whoever's at right guard for Zach Martin. If I'm them, Deuce the next Barry Sanders. Ooh, that's something. But yeah, man. Everything else though, y'all, we find that right now. We can just continue to build and grow and continue to go ahead and get that depth right. Unless they trade like a Nashawn or something like that, or Kelvin Joseph. But that offensive line depth and running back right now, that's them the two positions that needs to have a close eye at, y'all. For sure. For sure. For sure. All right. Practice and watching them in practice, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. See, we've been around sports, y'all. Y'all know about them practice heroes. Somebody that always balled in practice, but when the lights come on, they nowhere to be found. So we're going to have to find some depth, man. I guess I'll give him one more game. And by the third game, man, we might need to go ahead and make some calls. Like, this ain't looking too hot right now. That's where I'm at in the equation, man. That's where I'm at in the equation. But I appreciate y'all for coming through. Get ready to. I know I need to go look at this replay when it pop up on my on that thing, so I can go ahead, man, and get it a more accurate evaluation, man, on some of these players. I can actually key in on them and see what's really going on. And I'll especially probably get ready to key in on that Walesko situation as well, man. To see, oh man, Eric Scott. Forgot, man, Eric Scott. He had a couple times, man, where he didn't have contained though. But hey, look, man, you may got some talent to cover though. But in this defense, on this team, ain't no Anthony Browns, homie. You're gonna have to do your job. We ain't asking you to be no hitter. We ain't asking you to be bland. But you're gonna have to go ahead, man, and stick your nose up in there. So if that's the reason why that you may not stay outside contain because you're not gonna stick your nose in, me and you gonna have a problem. Because you're supposed to be the future. But other than that, man, he wasn't giving up no Lawrence. I think he gave up like a catch or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, man, he wasn't no liability from what I've seen, for what I remember at least. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, all the rookies that we've seen, Awesome Richard struggled, as mentioned earlier. But other than that, man, the rookies had a solid showing. And rookie of the defense, rookie of the day on defense is the Marvion Overshown. And of course, rookie of the day on offense is none other than Mr. Deuce Vaughn. But all right, y'all, man, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Y'all go ahead, man, and like, comment. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe, man. And until next time, y'all, we up out of here.